Alright, hey, what's poppin', everyone? So in this video, I am going to go over the reInvent so far. It started a couple days ago. But anyways, it's a lot of the big changes were just announced yesterday. So I thought I would give you my take on them, my review of them, and what that means for you. If that means anything for you at all, because it might not. And if you guys could not tell already, I don't have that green screen behind me, so I don't have that fancy background I used to have when I did these kind of videos. But I'm living in a bus right now, so things are a little bit different. So make sure to triple click that like button, and I can improve my bus. Maybe I'll put like a roof on there or something, or I don't know. So of course I want to start with the changes that this fancy, happy-looking man announced yesterday. Andy Jassy is his name. Look at him. Look at his cool little, I don't know. But anyways, so they announced a bunch of things. So AWS Proton, really cool for serverless. Let me take a look at this. So the first ever. There's gonna be a lot of firsts, so I don't know why they say that. But well, one thing that Amazon, let me go back. The first fully managed deployment service for container and serverless applications. So what this really means is that like they really are focusing a lot on serverless, and good for them because I really like serverless. And this is really cool for like people that have containers and serverless applications and you want to combine them together. You know what's interesting is the name AWS Proton. You know, as a physics major myself, I like this name because, you know, it has to do with physics, kind of. I guess everything has to do with physics if you think about it. But protons, you know, the next thing, they're going to start naming the services after, like, different particles, subatomic particles. They got the neutrons, the AWS electrons. I'm just call it right here. When they make the AWS electron neutrino, AWS neutrino, I caught it first. So actually, there might already be an AWS neutrino. I don't know. They have a million services and sub-services, and I don't know. But they're gonna the AWS Higgs boson. Oh my god, I'm ready. So who might use AWS Proton? So it would be kind of for like different teams, like who's kind of working on maybe different platforms or something like that, and help you deploy your code using containers. So they want to help you speed up this process and serverless technologies using management tools, governance, and visibility needed to provide consistent standards and best practices. So I like what they're doing for this. I hope they continue. By the way, the page I got this from is reInvent itself, from their announcement page. I will see if I can link this in the description if I remember. But another thing they announced is the EKS. So EKS, if you do not know what it is Kubernetes. So you can use Kubernetes now like as a distro. So it is going to be open source on GitHub, so you can just go there and look at the code and see all their cool Kubernetes stuff. Honestly, I don't know or use too much about Kubernetes, but I know a lot of people do, so this is really cool for some. So this might be useful for if you have your applications deployed somewhere with EKS and you want to, or you manually like deploy these clusters. Maybe you can, I don't know what I'm saying. But anyways, let me just read it. It's the same Kubernetes distribution used by the Amazon EKS for customers who create Kubernetes clusters manually wherever their applications are deployed. So another thing they're introducing is Glue Elastic Views. So there's a preview right now, but it's a new capability of AWS Glue, which is kind of like for data, manipulating data. So Elastic Views, you can combine and replicate data across multiple data stores using SQL. And this is pretty cool because sometimes people like to use multiple data stores, and now you can combine them and replicate them using that. So a cool thing is you can create a virtual table, or a materialized view is what they're calling here, for multiple different source data stores, which seems pretty useful. Another next thing is AWS Panorama for computer vision at the edge. The way they say at the edge makes it's so edgy how they say that. Like, I'm on the edge! Get me off the edge! So anyways, new machine learning appliance and SDK. Like, after I got the machine learning certification, I haven't done much with machine learning. Like, or at least the AWS machine learning certification. And because I really haven't had a need to for my job. And I haven't been motivated enough to do some projects with machine learning yet. But I eventually will. There's like cars outside. Sorry if you hear that. But okay, so this allows organizations to bring computer vision to the on-premise cameras to make automated predictions with high accuracy and low latency. So what can this mean for some people is that you have like a bunch of cameras, maybe like Raspberry Pi cameras, and then they're on the edge, so that means there's like they have their own compute on them. So now you can use these SDKs to like see what's going on, and I guess have a higher accuracy to tell what is going on. So one thing to note is that it is a hardware device. This is not in the cloud. So I guess this is a new service. I guess it is a new service. It's not a cloud service though. It is a hardware device that you connect to your network, to your existing cameras, whatever cameras you might have, the fanciest webcams or whatnot. You run computer vision models on multiple like video streams at the same time. All right, next thing that they announced yesterday, at least with Andy Jassy, is Amazon Masteron. I mean Monitron, sorry. Masteron sounds way cooler. Anyways, Monitron is a way to detect and prevent like systems failing. So like you can kind of think like you have a factory and you have a bunch of fancy machines. At least that's how kind of like they described it yesterday. And some of these machines are really expensive to fix and replace, or maybe just replace if they break down. So what they want to do with this is if you have like you see like it shakes a lot or something, that's going to be abnormal behavior, and these industrial machines, and allow you to do maintenance on them so that you can fix them before they break. I like how AWS here is kind of like trying to help the little guy, trying to help these smaller businesses and factories prevent errors down the line. So this is pretty cool. Not really a cloud, I guess kind of a cloud service, but it's cool. So what they're trying to do here is it's going to be trying to do preventative maintenance, because as like I said, reactive maintenance can be pretty expensive and have a lot of downtime, which people don't want to have because it costs money, and I like money. All right, the last big thing announced here by CEO of AWS himself is AWS Local Zones in Boston, Houston, Miami, which is really cool because I am in Florida right now, so I am closer to Miami. Well, I'm in Tampa, so it's not that close, but I was in Northern Virginia before, so I was like right next to those data centers. I was hugging in them, I was breaking in them. I mean, I wasn't breaking in them. That was a joke. Amazon, I love you. So I guess what does this mean for you? This could mean that not really much for developers, but more like if you're closer to one of these local zones, then you could potentially have lower latency. Like maybe people in Miami probably were really far from Northern Virginia, so that's why they did this. And same with Houston, Texas, and Boston, Massachusetts. They were far from Northern Virginia and stuff like that. So that's what I'm assuming they're doing here. The lower latency, the better. So they claim they want to provide support for these single-digit millisecond latency, which I don't know about you, but if you ever like play a game or something like that and you get like millisecond latency, like you probably won't even notice it, or you won't notice like the difference. Honestly, for me, it's like probably around 40 milliseconds, and I don't notice like the latency at all. All right, so that was my review of most of these keynote addresses by Andy Jassy. Of course, there's a lot more that you can read for and discover yourself. There's a lot of announcements. They have like millions of pages of announcements on all their services that they're previewing and releasing, which is an exciting time if you work in AWS. And honestly, a lot of the time yesterday, they were just like trying to sell you AWS. So like I try to kind of drown myself out with like, yeah, this is cool and all, but like you're just trying to sell me this. So like saying, oh, we're way better than Microsoft Azure. That's what like I felt they were saying like so often. So I don't know. Always keep an open mind. That's what I want to leave with. All right, have a good day, and peace.